Hey, everybody! Welcome to Tavern Talk.
Yeah.
Hello.
This is the show where we talk D&D. We've got a few of the members of the cast. I'm the DM from the Tavern Knights podcast. I guess it is live stream. And we've got next to me here is Bob. Oops, that way is Bob. He plays Grimbolt, the Dwarven Ranger. Then, down there is Pete Euchariah, the Halfling Wizard. And directly below me is my lovely wife, Renee, behind Trevor.
He's very insistent on cuddling since his cuddle quota has not been met yet today.
She plays Klimbrum, the Dwarven Monk. So we're going to talk some D&D.
Secret Dwarven Monk.
Secret Dwarven Monk.
Trevor.
Yeah, so normally we would have Russ, but he couldn't make it tonight. So
Go.
We're going to talk some D&D and Tavern Knights specifically. It's been almost a month since we've played.
Oh my gosh.
It's been a really long month.
It has been a long month, I feel.
Been a long month.
It has. And you guys had just hit a major milestone too. You guys just hit 9th level at the end of last session. You defeated a dragon. You foiled an evil plot. Well, at least part of an evil plot.
So we cut the head off of an evil plot, and we have to foil the rest of it by actually turning in all the evidence.
Yeah.
And so Renee, Pete, and I were at their grandmother's house yesterday, their Oma's house, for Mother's Day. And there was a lot of D&D.
Slash her birthday.
Yeah, slash her birthday. Happy 93rd, Oma.
93rd.
She doesn't even know what internet is.
Yeah. Yeah, she watches the show all the time.
Yeah, totally. I mean, the woman's got Wi-Fi in her house.
She does.
But yeah, so we were over there though, and it was lots of D&D talk about. As a matter of fact, I walked in the living room and everyone shut up, and I'm like, "Did I just interrupt something?" And Renee's like, "Yeah,
totally
you did."
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you did. This was not. It's not a GM chat.
So you guys are going to tell me that later, right? When Chris isn't around? All right.
Honestly, I don't even know the bulk of the plan. It was between Pete and Rich mostly.
Oh, God.
Yep.
It's going to be more sealing people up in buildings and burning them alive?
No, nothing like that.
Oh,
No.
good.
No, more like lore dump or trying to force it.
But yeah, so you guys had just left the Tower of War in the Castle of Greyhawk. Because for those that don't know, you can go check out YouTube and watch the episodes. But the group has currently been exploring exploring Castle Greyhawk. We are playing in the world of Greyhawk, Gary Gygax's original world, and we are playing D&D 5e. So they have been exploring the Castle Greyhawk, specifically the Tower of War, and you found your way down, found basically a bunch of people holed up in there, a bunch of orcs and some giants, some humans, all in there, even a tiefling. Defeated all of them, including an abyssal blue dragon, and had a little talk with somebody through a crystal skull.
Blue dragon?
Yeah, that abyssal blue dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sitting behind the GM screen and I feel like I'm peering behind enemy lines.
Touch nothing.
Well, that's the
Touch
thing.
it all.
Yeah, she's actually sitting. She's actually sitting in my seat down in the nerd basement. So,
He
but
left
yeah,
his dice down here one time. I was trying to curse him.
and yeah, I rolled what, like 20s and shit the next time. It's
No, I don't remember. It's too long. It's been too long.
I think that you did something right because he never got the breath weapon back during the dragon fights.
This is true. The
So
dragon.
whatever you did to curse
The only reason we survived.
Yeah, you guys did not get the dragon did not get the breath weapon back, and that really is one of the main reasons that you survived. Because I will tell you right now, Grimbolt and Euchariah were the next targets of the breath weapon.
I could have taken that easy.
Yeah, you probably could have. Once, yeah. Euchariah, maybe not so much.
I think I have a pretty good. It was a dex save, right?
Yeah.
Which I have a very good dex. I have like one of the best in the group.
Yeah, but what's your hit point, Squishy Wizard?
Well, before so it was like 57. Yeah.
See, that's how I could have taken it, even if I failed the save.
But I have a good feeling that I would have made at least one save and been able to survive it. But if it came back a second time, definitely not. So.
What does it take for a dragon to get their breath weapon back? Because I know you roll for it.
Yeah, it's a random roll. Generally, it is a 5 or 6 on a d6.
So it's only a 20% success rate.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, no, it's a 33% chance that he gets it back.
Oh yeah, 33.33 repeating.
Yeah.
So it's a decent chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in the like 6 rounds that combat went, I never rolled a 5 or 6. And I forgot one thing that would have been so much funnier. And it would have kept the bad guy alive for at least one more attack, and probably would have dropped Russ.
The other guy.
He would have hated that.
And it was
the other
when
guy, not the dragon.
when Octavian, yeah, the other guy. When Octavian threw his axe at the general, he had a way to make that axe actually make that attack switch to Maricaris. And it would have hit because their armor classes, actually Maricaris' armor class was less than the general's at the time. And it would have hit, and it would have taken Maricaris down to 2 hit points, and the general went before he did.
Ooh.
Yep.
Yeah, that would make things really interesting.
Yeah. And I guarantee you, if he had dropped him with his first attack, his second attack would have been a down into him for a failed death save.
Oh, okay.
Brutal.
And then he would have got a haste action
Two.
and got
Yeah.
a second one to do that too. It would have been. He actually would have killed. He would actually would have killed. He would have killed Maricaris.
Yeah.
Because that's the way that villain would have been.
Yikes.
And then we would have seen Octavian do Spare the Dying. Or not Spare the Dying, but Revivify.
Restoration. Or Revivify, yeah.
Yep.
Which we have. He's got that in his back pocket a couple times over, I think. I think he's got like for 2 or 3.
He's always got it memorized. And he's got the diamonds to do it. But
he's got enough for at least 2.
Well, it doesn't take diamond dust; it's diamond.
Well,
Yeah.
or diamonds. I think he's got enough diamonds.
He has diamonds for it.
Yes.
And I know he always reserves a single spell slot for
Not
it.
anymore.
No, not with your new rule.
Not with the new homebrew rule.
Yeah.
Which actually, that's one of the things I want to bring up. So homebrew rules. So I like the one that Bob showed me. And Bob's been really great about showing me all sorts of stuff because I don't watch TikTok, but he's sending me stuff from TikTok about like all D&D stuff. And
it's things that I find interesting that you might find interesting, and if you choose to use them, cool. If you don't, cool.
Yeah, I like the one you sent me today. Or yesterday, whenever it was. I don't think I'm going to use it just because I don't think that as a group, I don't think people would like it. But I want to get some opinions on it. Actually, all 3 of you are non-shield users, so it'd be interesting to get an opinion.
I can use the shield.
You just don't.
But I normally don't.
Right. So basically, the idea is that you get what's called it's a homebrew rule that's called the shield block. So your shield, instead of counting towards your armor class, so you get no benefit from a shield for armor class.
Which normally gives
+2. Yeah, it's depending on the shield, it's +1 or +2. Most of your standard shields are +2. It used to be only 1. Now it's +2. And then any magical bonuses. So you don't get any benefit to your armor class for having a shield. But what it gives you is the ability to use your reaction to do a shield block. And what that'll do is it lets you reduce the damage that you're taking by your proficiency bonus plus any magical bonus on the shield.
So the +2 to, let's say, AC would be a
No.
2 to the
No, that doesn't count.
Bonus.
So like right now, you guys
bonus
proficiency bonus is +4.
Yeah.
So you would get to reduce. So like Russ, say Marikaris, would get to he could do once per turn because he only gets one reaction.
As a reaction.
As a reaction. So he couldn't do like attacks of opportunity or anything like that if he uses a reaction to do this. But he can do a shield block where he can reduce the damage taken by 4, and he's actually using a +1 shield, so he could actually reduce the damage by 5. Instead of getting the +3 to his armor class.
I see that being very beneficial for lower levels.
Yeah.
Like what you and I were discussing earlier.
That's what I said.
Where we're at now, like Marikaris is like 21 or 22 AC, whatever, because it's astronomically high.
I think it's 22.
I feel without Shield of Faith.
Without
right?
Shield of Faith, because he goes up to 24 with Shield of Faith.
Yeah. Like, I feel like that is probably a lot better for where we're at now. So that shit just doesn't hit him.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, the dragon and the guy he was fighting had +10 to hit.
Yeah.
I mean,
and like things like, I mean, like for instance, the dragon's breath weapon.
Yeah, Marikaris is at a 22.
Yeah, so the dragon, like when it hits you with that breath weapon, does so much damage, especially if you fail. 6 points, whatever.
Well, and that's the thing. He wouldn't be able to use that. That would still be his shield master, where he would get to use the shield.
Oh yeah, it's a melee. That's right. You did say that.
It is only melee. You can't use it against magical attacks.
Then that I would rather have the higher AC.
Well, I would say
like
if they have to make an attack roll against you, then you would get to use it to reduce the damage. But if it's a save, you can't use it.
So, what about, is it using your reaction? Is it until your next turn, kind of like the way that my shield spell works?
Yes.
Or is it just for one attack?
No, it's until your next turn.
So
you get one reaction per turn. So you get one action, one bonus action, one movement, and one reaction per turn.
Yeah, but for if he were to, like, if he was surrounded, had like 3 baddies that were all attacking, and they all like had their own attacks, he can use his reaction, 1 attacks and blocks it. Then later on, the next one goes. So it's a one-time.
It's once per his turn.
Yeah, I know that, but like when I throw up shield for my magic, that's good until my next turn. It bumps up my AC until
then. But it only bumps up your AC.
Yeah, but will this only work for one attack?
Yes, it only works for one attack. You're basically interposing your shield between yourself and that one attack. And you're like that. Like say with fighting the general, when he came down with his sword, and if Russ had put up his shield to do that shield block, it would have been still, the impact would have still caused damage, but he would have got his shield in the way and stopped some of it.
But if there's another enemy that was attacking him, he couldn't use that same reaction to block that.
Right, or against the second or third attacks that the general had.
Okay.
You can only use it against one attack, which is why I can see the benefit of it, especially at low levels. Like first, second, third levels. If you have a shield, the idea of taking 3 points of damage off.
Oh,
that's
huge.
Especially in the first 3 levels, absolutely. But now, Karis, isn't he over 100 now?
Yeah, he's got 107 hit points.
Yeah. So, I mean, I like it, but I'm I don't use shields, so I don't have too much of an opinion. I agree though that it's more beneficial at lower levels. And I'm guessing it's like a one way or the other in terms of the campaign, right?
Yeah, it would be. That's the thing. I
you
don't
wouldn't
plan
be
on instituting
adjusting
this rule. I think it's an interesting idea, and I think
It
it's
is,
something
yeah,
that's cool to
absolutely.
talk about. But and
like it,
rules
though.
like that, I think, are really cool to kind of experiment with and look at the pros and cons of. It's like everything in Tasha's. Tasha's Book of OP has some really cool ideas, but I'm sorry, it's Tasha's Cauldron of OP. But I think there's some really cool ideas in there, but a lot of them are just too overpowered. I think a lot of the classes are. The idea that a Twilight cleric can see 300 feet with dark vision
And pass it on.
and pass it on to somebody else is crazy.
Yeah. Like, I literally go into the shadow plane when I bamf and I can't see that far.
Yeah. So it's things like that. And I think the Artificer having a walking cannon that can attack as a bonus action along with them then casting all their spells. Granted, it is basically one combat per day that they can do that unless they spend a spell slot. But they can expend a spell slot, I think, to actually bring that cannon back at a short rest. So it's one of those things where I think it's just there's certain things that are just too overpowered. Oh, that's what it is. They can get the cannon back once every short rest rather than once per day.
Long.
Yeah, once per long. So
Trevor.
The Steel Guardian I think is fantastic, but I think it's a little overpowered.
What?
The Steel Guardian. That's one of the other Artificer things. Is
okay.
the Battle Master, I think it is. It's a battle something Artificer. They have a Steel Guardian. You've actually met one. Alfred.
Did we?
Yeah, Alfred.
I don't remember.
It's what's his name? Not Foggy. She's the alchemist. Yeah, I'm blanking on his name right now, but from
Noblins.
Noblins, yeah. Noblins Gizmos.
So somebody I haven't met.
Yeah,
Okay.
the male gnome. You've met his Steel Guardian, which is Alfred. He looks like the Annihilator from the original Thor movie. He's just not as big.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, he's in their shop. You guys met him.
I'm sure we
did. And they called him Alfred. Memory. They called him Alfred.
That's awesome. I'm sure I have it in my notes. I finally got Trevor to lay down. You can see his ear poking up right here.
Actually, it's below the level of the screen.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because normally there's 5 people, so I have it set so that it's set up for 5.
I can't.
So the bottom of you and Pete's screen is actually cut off a little, and there's a little bit of black above me and Bob. So
I can't move. I can't shift forward, left, or right. I must now stay in this exact position.
Yeah, for the rest of the show.
Yep.
All right, so you guys are about to go talk to the War Tower Wardens again. We'll get back to our actual game. Renee and I actually have to go through the list.
Sorry.
Yeah, the inventory. We actually need to do that tomorrow because we're going to run out of time otherwise.
Yeah.
With as busy as the week is, so we'll have to do that tomorrow. Luckily, you have tomorrow off. I mean, you got some stuff going on, but in between that,
but I'll be home. In the
evening. if you can give me a list of what you guys have, I can
there.
Yeah, I can figure out the costs and everything like that. So
I have it divided up by room.
But yeah, I'll give you what it's going to cost, and then that way we'll be ready on Friday. So yeah, Friday you guys are going to be doing that, and then deciding where you want to go from there. I mean, I know you're talking about going back to Greyhawk because you've got a bunch of stuff you've got all the stuff that you were looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's quite a bit that I think that we have to do when we
And
get
then
back
we're going to
Greyhawk.
go back to the library.
So which one?
The one in Castle Greyhawk.
Yeah, so let's talk about that for a moment, because Chris, I think that was something of your own creation, was it not?
The library
library
desk
desk?
was. The library
Yeah,
desk
yeah.
was. Yeah, that was something I created.
Desk Google
No, it's the
with the Amazon
No.
app.
no, I called it the librarian's desk.
Yeah.
You
It's
write
like
down what
Google.
you want, and the book appears.
And then it shows up on Prime.
But it doesn't take 2 days. It's not.
No,
It's
this
not
is
even
true.
next day.
It's
It's same day
instant-
delivery.
Same day delivery.
Instantaneous delivery. My gosh, yeah. And I think that
Oh,
we just
yeah.
we didn't like fully appreciate the power that potentially had. I think
Yeah.
that we were so
You
blown
were
away.
ready to get out of there. You were ready
That
to
was
get
just
the
it.
fuck
Like,
out.
we were all ready, and then you throw that at us. It's like, oh my gosh, what do we do? And like we just
Yeah.
we just throwing anything out there that seems reasonable, and something just appears. And then we even like, well, what happens if one of us takes it and leaves the room? And then you try ordering it again. What happens? And
Yeah,
then
well, like we were so convinced that it wouldn't be able to leave the library.
it was permanent, like it had to stay there. It was like, so we were doing experimentation on
Yeah.
it even.
And I think like your when you were looking up the book, like whatever type of wizarding books that you were looking for,
Mhm.
I think we were probably just too vague.
Yeah, I think so. But in the moment, we knew what we were really focused on.
Yeah.
We were all ready to get out. So again, we didn't really have like the full appreciation on the power that it probably has and what's in that potential library.
Yeah.
That we could get. Like I got like a basic one for evocation and a history of Vecta. We got
I got Longsword of Love Volume 1.
I'm surprised you didn't look for Longsword of Love Volume 3, 4, 5, 6,
Well,
and 7.
Well, Klimbrum has Longsword of Love Volume 2
Right.
because apparently she picked up the second volume instead of the first. So she knew there was a first, but doesn't know there are any others. So yeah, we need to go back to the library.
Does the second one end off on a cliffhanger where there's a third one?
I don't know. I haven't finished it yet.
I
don't know, DM. Does it end off on a cliffhanger?
Yeah, you'll have to finish it and find out.
All right. I mean, I'm sure she has. I've had it for a while.
It ends to where it could continue.
Okay.
It's a romance novel.
Yeah.
It ends on
You never know when you're going to get a
on a
book deal
cliff,
again.
staring off into the sunset.
Yeah.
Hair fluttering, bosom exposed.
Long sword in hand.
Yeah, long sword in hand.
Oh,
Unsheathed
fantastic.
long sword in hand.
Yep.
That's Volume 3.
Yeah.
Long sword unsheathed.
Yeah, what's volume 2's like a subtext for like the title?
I don't have that.
Like-
so.
Oh man, we're gonna have to.
You're gonna have to like
We're gonna have to make something.
Oh yeah,
have
I'm
to
gonna have to
build
start
upon it.
doing that now.
The original one is Long Sword of Love, and the second one would be Long Sword of Love. And
Unsheathed.
Longer and harder.
Yeah,
Unsheathed.
Unsheathed.
No, that
What
would
was
be
the
two. Two would be unsheathed.
Volume 3, longer and harder.
Forged of steel.
Untamed
Volume
or
4.
something like that.
Yep.
Oh,
Too funny.
But yeah, so so you guys have a lot of people to see when you go back to Greyhawk, though.
Yes. I mean, we've been in the castle for a
few
week.
days. No, few days.
Few days.
I think total
At
probably
least
like 4 days probably.
I was gonna say
Okay.
4. I was gonna say 4 or 5.
Yeah, we've been in there a while because we left and then came back as well. Like we left just to the front and then came back in.
We went through. We did a long rest. Went through more. So we had one day. The second day is when I got cursed. Then we came back up. That was only
on day 2?
That was on day 2, technically, at the end of day 2. Or middle of day 2, because that's when we went back up. We had a long rest with the War Tower Wardens. We had the second long rest with the War Tower Wardens, I think. And then on day 3, we went back in. And then we...
D&D time's weird.
And then we finished the dragon, and then we came back up. So honestly,
well, you guys had a full day where you were wandering around too.
Yeah.
That one level.
Oh.
You had a full day where you wandered around the level, and then found the other entrance, and then went down, and so yeah, it's probably been 4 days.
Seems a lot longer.
Because it seems like 4 months.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
I mean, it seems like forever since we were in Phandalin at our.
It's been a long time.
Mansion.
Yeah, it's been a long time. You guys haven't been to Phandalin in almost a year.
Yeah.
In real time.
Yeah, in real time. Yeah.
It's been what, like
in game time? It's been like
2 months. 2 or 3?
Just over a month.
You guys, it's been 3, 2. It's been about 2 months.
Okay, so we've only known Grim and
Halt
for just like a week, technically, right? Like a week and a half.
No,
2 weeks.
Grim,
about
2
2
weeks
weeks for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 weeks for Grim and about a week for Halt.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Week and a half for Halt.
Okay. In-game time is just
because you guys traveled with them down to. You actually met Halt in what's his name's place?
Greenfield.
Yeah, Greenfest.
Greenfest. Yeah.
Do I look like a Jew toy to you? Stop it.
Num.
It's just laying here and it's ow.
So yeah, when we get back to Greyhawk, we have to definitely go and check in with the owner of the Green Dragon Inn, return the sword.
Yep.
Rickard, yeah. And I know I want to hit up the Temple of the Open Mind locally in Greyhawk to learn teleportation circle if possible.
Yep.
And also just I don't know, did we go to the Temple of the Open Mind there yet?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That's where we did all the research about Vecna and everything. That's also where we left all of those books from Fuckface at Greenfest.
Yeah. So I know we want to head there, and then you also imposed like a new rule when it comes to selling magical items.
Yes, we will be using the Xanathar's Guide downtime activity for selling magic items from now on, where it will cost you 25 gold per week, and it will be a week-long activity at least to do it. And you basically are going around to the various magic shops, including the awkward staff and all that, and trying to find someone that will be a buyer for this, because magic items, while they're not overly rare so much, they are expensive. And while it doesn't seem like 500 gold is that much to you guys, that's a lot of money to your average person. Most people, you're looking at, really, silver is like the dollar coin, if you want to look at it that way. And gold is like tens. And platinums are like hundreds. So it's, if you want to look at it that way, it's really the silver standard is what the world is based on. Most people survive on just a few silver a week.
So adventurers are the sports stars in the strip clubs, just $100 bills.
Yep.
Because we're walking around going, 500 gold piece for the sword? Sure, here's 50 platinum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is that our new name? The strippers of Greyhawk or something?
No.
But yeah, so
That would be funny though.
That's going to be the next group.
that would be.
The
Because
all-
there's
the
one
all-bard-
girl in this troop, so
The all bard group.
unless you're Thunder from
Yeah.
Down Under.
yeah, the all bard group, yes.
That's
The
gonna
all
be
bard group,
all-bard
the
group.
strippers of Greyhawk. Huh. Hold on, let me make a note. This would be a group you guys meet.
That'd
Oh,
be
God.
awesome.
So yeah, I think
It's an all bard group with 20 charismas all the way around.
Now,
Nice.
question on
Guys
that,
and girls.
Now, question on that
Oh,
though,
even
Chris,
better.
with the downtime, is that something that we have to be dedicated, like 8 hours a day for a week to sell all of our magic items for all of us, or are we allowed other downtime activities to like work on in parallel with that?
One person would have to do that for a week. That
Or
would
what
have to
if
be
the
their main
entire group
focus
is-
for a week.
But what if like the entire group is doing it? Would it reduce the time?
No.
Or no?
No, what it would do is if two people do it, then I would give you advantage. Or each of you a roll. Because it's going to require rolls too. And depending on how you're trying to sell them. The other thing is that there are other downtime activities that you can do.
That's where I was
I
kind of
mean-
going, because like I can make health potions. I
Yes.
can research and scribe scrolls. There would be
Mhm.
things that like I'm sure each of us could or would want to do during downtime activities. So
Exactly.
how does that play? How does that play in? If
What-
like one person is dedicated for a week,
Yeah.
then you don't want to waste everyone else's week. What can they be doing in the meantime?
Right. There are other downtime activities. There's carousing. If you look in Xanathar's guide, there are a ton of downtime activities that you can do. There's a bunch of them.
I know over
in-
like a length of time you can learn a new language.
Yes. Well, that to me,
We,
I've
we
got
talked about that actually.
Yeah, I actually have a whole homebrew rule for that.
Hmm.
That actually takes a considerable amount of time. That takes
Yeah.
weeks, but
Yeah,
money.
no,
And money.
and money
Language
absolutely.
or proficiency
or skill.
in a
Yeah,
new
proficiency
skill.
in a skill. Yep. Those are also downtime activities. You guys may run into a spot where you're stuck and you need to do research. And rather than role play out every single day of research, we just may make it a downtime activity and say, you're going to take a week to research this. You get a roll. And here's the info you find. And it may take you several weeks to find all the info that you're looking for.
Mhm.
Or, because I mean, you're getting to the point where, okay, you're looking for this staff. Once you find the staff, then you have to figure out, one, how to reassemble it. And then two, what you need to do with it.
I've watched Indiana Jones. I know how it works.
You have to break off like the bottom 3
have-
feet. 'cause,
Euchariah hasn't.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Make sure his staff isn't too tall.
I've read Raiders of the Lost Cauldron, so
Awesome.
yeah, so
so for selling the magic items, it would be like 1 to 2 of our group would be more of a focus, and then so we would have to actually figure out who would want to spend the next X amount of days dedicated to that.
right, it's like
And
if you
then
say
everyone
like
else-
you're going to research the next steps that you want to do for the staff or whatever, or you want to find out more about the staff or something like that. You're going to spend a week researching that. Then that gives everyone else a week to do other things too. And we don't have to. We can play out. You don't have to spend all your time doing that. So, like, if you want, if Klimbrim wants to go back to the pit and
Yeah.
fight, we can role play that section out. But we don't have to role play out every little bit of research
Of
and
course,
everything
yeah.
like that.
Hmm.
I think that's where we're getting bogged down a little bit. And I don't mind doing it. If you guys want to role play it out, that's great.
I think there are times that it's very necessary, but sometimes you're right. It can be bogged down, and unnecessary.
Yeah.
Where
If you guys want to
we're
go
doing
visit Borislav, I will roleplay that out all day long. You know, if you
I
want to
want to
go,
know who the random like person who was spying on us at the Temple of the Open Mind in Greyhawk was, because I thought it was Grimbold at first, and then realized it wasn't.
nope, it wasn't.
Who was that person?
Oh, remember, there was me. There was Holt.
There's a lot of people.
There were
us.
other groups too. There was more than just one other group
Yeah.
that I noticed when I was following you guys.
Well, I mean, this person didn't match either you nor Holt,
No,
because this person was human.
Yeah.
Might not have been me.
You
Could
have
have been me.
no idea.
I hate not knowing. No, I was told flat out that it was not Grimbold, so that much I do know.
Well, it didn't look.
Well,
like
it didn't look like Grimbold.
You said it wasn't Grimbold. We discussed that at a pub one time. And you actually said to me, you're like, no, it wasn't Grimbold. Okay. Still want to know. I hate not knowing.
Maybe one day you'll find out. I got
Meh.
plans within plans, honey.
I know you do.
So I feel like the next game is going to be very RP heavy.
There will be a lot of RP. I am actually printing something right now, though, just in case.
I would say, like, if you want to throw a battle in there on the way back, just so we can test out our level 9 skills, just for fun.
I get like nothing at 9 except the proficiency bump.
Yeah, you got your proficiency bump. Is that all
That's
you
huge,
I can
though.
walk.
That is
I can
huge,
run
though.
up vertical. I can run up vertical surfaces and.
Well, that's
run
pretty
across
fucking
water.
badass.
Wait, you
Yeah,
weren't able to do
what's-
that before?
Hmm?
You weren't able to do that before? That's a new skill that you learned at 9?
Yeah,
Able to run up vertical surfaces?
and across water.
That's pretty cool.
But when you bamf everywhere,
Well, hold on. Like, running across water, like, how far can you go? Like,
Yeah,
Her movement
nobody
speed.
else. Nobody
My
else in the
movement
party
speed.
can do that.
but so
I want to see
can-
Holt try that with those slippers of spider climbing. Yeah, go watch this, and have him try to follow you.
So you can-
but I have to keep moving. It's not like I can just stay there.
No, of course not. But like, you can go across like rivers and
Yeah.
or streams
Yeah,
that like
I don't
block our
know if
way.
it's. I don't know. I feel like it's not my movement speed.
Which that's pretty cool stuff. But like
Eh,
a
it's
lot
alright.
of like Octavian and I can do 5th level spells now, which is
Yes, that's
really
huge.
exciting for us. Yep.
That is huge. Huge. Let's see. Unarmored movement improvement. At 9th level, you gain the ability to move along vertical surfaces and across liquids on your turn without falling during your move.
Wait, across
So it's my
liquids?
movement speed.
Across liquids. That includes
Lava?
lava,
Yeah,
That's pretty
acid,
badass.
any of that
All
stuff.
right, that's pretty. I didn't think.
Come
I
on,
only,
come on.
I didn't think about lava.
I mean, you will take damage from the heat from the lava, but you can still run across it.
Yeah. You don't take as much damage because you're just taking
Yeah.
the surface damage rather than the sinking in damage. The sinking in damage is what fucks you.
Yeah.
But if you can like walk, like zip across lava, that's pretty cool. Like to be able to do that. And
It's all
like,
right.
that's dope monk shit right there.
Especially since we have the torchbearer now,
Yeah.
Merrick Harris, with his giant blazing flaming
Flame
sword.
tongue.
Which is not even the sword that you guys went into Greyhawk for.
No,
'Cause-
it isn't.
He bought the +2 longsword, and that's what got you guys in there. Well, one of the
Or
things
easily,
that
like-
got you in there.
500 gold off or whatever it was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
but
500.
But it was like not long afterwards that when we were talking about it, that we found out that we had to go there anyway in order to get the books that we needed.
Yeah, but let's face it, Borislav really won in this deal.
He's obviously a very charismatic and cunning merchant.
He's a very shrewd businessman. He saw Maricaris coming outside the door.
Yeah.
Let me just shine this up.
Yeah, let me shine this up, and I'll offer him a deal of a little bit off, and get him to do something that I'd have to hire somebody to do.
Yep.
Now, the book that we found for Borislav, that was like a potions type.
It's a recipe book. Yeah.
A recipe book.
It's a potions recipe
For
book.
potions that we're going to have to pay for when he makes them.
Formulas and that, right?
Yes.
Probably full price.
Well, of course we're going to be paying full price.
So this whole downtime activity, I expect some haggling.
Are you charismatic, Klimbrim?
Not even remotely.
Well, I don't think you're doing much haggling.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh, I'm going to haggle. I just might not be good at it.
She has the dwarven ability of stubbornness.
Yep.
I'm gonna say no. I'm not paying that price until the merchant finally goes, "Fine, I will give you a discount. Get out of my store."
But I gave you a 500 gold. Here's 50 platinum for the fucking sword. I'm keeping the book.
We still have the book for like a day or two. We can like binge read it.
Yeah, we can.
You got keen mind? Oh, no, you don't.
No.
No, but we got a fuck ton of paper and ink in the back.
That is true.
Spend a full day just staying in the dungeon and
at
just
level 8,
transcribe everything and make a copy.
Take an extra day before getting the Greyhawk.
Yeah.
But no, at level 8, I was actually weighing whether or not to take Observant or Keen Mind, and
Keen Mind.
I was thinking about it, but I went with Observant in the end. But honestly,
No, he's got crazy mad skills in looking at things.
Passive, just observation, essentially.
Well, that's actually something we were talking about. You want to get your actual glasses made.
Yeah, because right now, since then, I've just been magicking them.
Yeah.
And I need to actually commission them so that way I don't have to keep on doing that. That's just been going on in the background.
That's awesome.
And I have to do that every hour. You know? But I mean, it takes a second, right? Just quickly magic them and just
everything's blurry. Bing.
Yeah, pretty much. But that's what what Yukurai is constantly doing is every hour he has to do that. It's now I'm I need to commission them. I forgot to do that the last time before we left Greyhawk. I meant to commission them. I just forgot about it.
There's at least a week-long downtime activity.
Or
at least hiring someone to do it. It'll take at least a week to get the lenses created.
I'm sure, but I'm sure that we have about a week of downtime to figure out where we're going. Now, one other thing, Chris, that you kind of threw out there in the last game was some entity or voice was kind of talking to us that knew who we were and said that they actually had our friends.
Specifically spoke to Merrick.
Yeah, you guys weren't there.
We weren't there, but I think Merrick and Octavian told us about this.
Yeah.
But that actually happened, teasing the fact that someone purposely kidnapped our friends who recently, or not recently, but departed the group. And that it was actually with intent.
Yeah,
it seemed like.
Yeah, not a random kidnapping.
Although even though we knew about that, and it's probably been 2 weeks since that, we knew that they were missing, and we had no idea where they were going, except I think they were going south to a particular place. But there's 3 potential ships that were leaving port that we didn't know that they could have been on, right?
Yeah, there were 3 ships. You had found out through Miranda that your friends were kidnapped and had been put on a ship, but she didn't know which one. Mm-hmm. And you had gone and talked to the dock master.
Harbor master. Yeah.
Yep. And found out that there were 3 ships that had left the day that your friends disappeared. Well, the day after your friends disappeared. And 1 went to the Nerdiv to the north, 2 went south. 1 to the Sea Princes and 1 to Keeland. So you're not sure which one they were on.
Yes.
Or I should say 1 was destined for the Sea Princes and 1 was destined for Keeland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have no idea.
No, and
this person could just be fucking with us too.
I don't think so. I don't think they would have thrown that out there, but I think that was a plot hook for us to let us know that that is still a real thing that we have to be aware of and pursue relatively soon. All of my efforts to try and contact them through sending have been unsuccessful, essentially. But who knows what might come up in the future, but it's something that, it was definitely something interesting. The fact that like you kind of threw out there that whoever that entity that was speaking knew who we were, what we were doing, and already intervened and kidnapped 2 of our previous members.
Yeah.
So
almost like there's a greater plot going on.
Right?
Like it's an enemy that knows you that got away. And has been
that
watching,
doesn't narrow it down at all.
And has been watching you, ever since, which doesn't narrow it down either.
Which I believe that Octavian asked a couple questions about that, right? That
Yep.
It was not Greynor or Glassstaff that was that person that
he asked if it was Greynor or Glassstaff. And
yeah, if it was them specifically, but we don't know if it's people who work for them.
True, but like we don't
even know Fart Guy.
We didn't even know his name, right? Yeah.
Nope, he just farted off. Ghosted us. That joke will never not be funny. To me. It will forever be hilarious.
Yep, there's gonna be the big face off, and you're gonna be like, "Hello, fart guy."
Yep.
Hey, like, it's the fart.
Yeah.
Should I?
You're the one who ghosted us. Hashtag drive-by.
What? When we get back to Greyhawk, should I ask for a scroll of gaseous form so that way we can I can turn myself into a fart and do the same thing?
Right.
And then we'll discuss the
probability of putting it in a bottle.
Putting it in a box and.
It's an engineer's mind at work.
So there's a question for Grimble. What's the cubic volume of a person when they turn into a gaseous form?
Yep.
Because that's a question that I asked.
Let's put it this way: do you think that a conjuration cantrip could capture someone that has used gaseous form to
a cantrip? No.
But his the orb thing you do, I feel like you'd be able.
That's a 4th level spell. That's different.
Yeah, but I feel like a 4th level.
That's very different. Magic Jar, which is like an 8th level spell, is very different.
Okay.
I was trying to do it with I don't know, what was it? No, I wasn't even trying to do.
Yeah, it's not even a cantrip. It's your little conjuration. I can conjure a box.
Minor conjuration. So I asked him, can I conjure a box that would contain this form? Because I can make an object 3 feet wide. I'm like, is a person turning into a gaseous form within a 3-foot cube?
I mean, I think it's a legit
Can I make
question.
a box?
How fragile is the things that you make with that though?
You use your action to conjure an inanimate inanimate object no larger than 3 feet on each side in your hand or an unoccupied space for 1 hour. It doesn't really specify, but it's just like part of my like conjuration wizard. So I thought that I could make a box that would just hold them.
No, I think that's a legit question. I think it's super creative. I love it.
I tried to engineer it.
Yep.
My issue with that one is, I got to look at that again too, because to make a 9 cubic foot box, that's a good sized box.
Yeah.
But the thing is this gaseous form is in the air, so you would create this box in the air and it would fall and just shatter.
I would make it out of. It doesn't really specify like what material. I can make it out of metal. I can make it out of cardboard. I don't know. But like anything's better than like a gas. Anything will trap a gas. I can make it into It doesn't have to be glass.
There's seams. It escapes through the seam.
So it escapes through the seams.
So you need to make it.
He was getting away. Let's just put it that way.
I would be putting a pillowcase over it essentially.
Yeah. Diffuse through the fabric.
Yeah.
Semi-permeable membrane.
I was trying to.
I don't know.
Outside
I thought
of the box
it was brilliant that you.
It was
such an engineer's thing to do, and I love it.
It was
so
a great
much.
idea, but because it was mostly because of the fact that it's basically a free thing that you have.
I understand. Yeah.
That I like the ingenuity of it, but the idea to allow that to defeat a higher level spell like that, I thought was a little much, and
understandable.
And it worked for the story that the guy got away. So
yeah, of course.
Well, yeah, because he's now talking to us through a fucking skull.
You have
And
no
kidnapping
idea.
our friends.
You have no idea if that's him.
No, we don't. But I'm trying to make you slip.
Please, this
I know,
ain't my
I've been
first
trying for,
rodeo.
I know. But I feel like I have an advantage compared to everybody else in the past.
You would
have
think
a feeling
that.
you cannot play the wife card. I think that you are you mean nothing to him according to that.
It's kind of like when we curl against one another. We're not married.
How many times have I almost killed Klimbram?
Oh my gosh, Klimbram is close to dying more than everyone in the group.
Yeah, I hold a record of going down the most because I'm squishy, but yet
you're semi-squishy.
I'm semi-squishy and I'm a semi-tank.
Yeah,
You're not squishy.
I'm semi-squisky.
You have a much higher armor class than Grimbold.
Only recently.
Yeah, well, and you're getting to the point now where you're actually getting to some higher level monk shit that is actually really going to start coming in.
My big things is more at 10 and 11 is when I actually start getting super awesome.
Some super dope monk shit.
Yeah, super dope monk shit.
What do you get at 10?
I know at 8 I can essentially spend a key point and not be charmed anymore.
That was at 8.
Oh my gosh, that's huge.
It's stillness of mind.
That was a problem.
That was 7th actually, stillness of mind.
Oh, 7th? Yeah.
You get at 7th level you get evasion and stillness of mind.
Yeah.
8th you get your ability score improvement. 9 you get unarmored movement improvement. 10th you get purity of body.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Which is
purity of body.
Immune to disease and poison.
Oh
yeah.
Immune.
Which I'm resistant against poison
I was
already.
Gonna say you're already resistant.
Yeah, because I'm a dwarf.
You also at 10th level get a
damage then?
Yeah, I'll be immune to poison.
Are you gonna hate that? Because technically then you'll be immune to alcohol.
Means I get to drink more.
But you'll be immune to the effects of alcohol.
Yeah, you never get drunk.
You'll never get buzzed or anything off of it. You can drink
great role playing session. Oh my god, we're going to win! We're going to win so much money. Drinking contest.
Are you going to be like Legolas from Lord of the Rings? Like just barely starting to feel something, like tingle when Gimli is about to fall over and pass out?
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
And then you also get you get more movement at 10th level.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
More movement?
Yeah,
Yeah, the
go up to 45.
unarmored movement moves up to 20 feet.
Yeah, because she
So
needs
I'll go
more
up to
movement.
50.
Yeah. So it goes up to 20 feet while you're not wearing armor,
Wait.
wielding a shield. And then
So my movement,
50 feet you can go up to?
my speed is 40 right now.
And you'll go up to 50 at 10th?
yeah,
think
it's
so,
an
yeah.
additional 20 feet for what her
Yeah.
normal is, which her normal's 30, so it would go up to 50, yes.
So then double dash and haste, you can go up to like 200 feet?
Let's not forget, if it's dim out, I can bamf 60 feet as a bonus action.
But I'm just saying, like, with all that stack, you can move up to like 260 feet then. Like, you can do like, no, not 200, 200, not, because you would have to use your action for.
And then
Yeah.
at 11th level, she gets, if she's in dim, light, or darkness, she gets to turn invisible.
That's the big one. That's at 11th.
Okay.
I get invisibility.
Yeah, Cloak of Shadows.
Well,
Mhm.
it's not invisibility.
Yeah, it's
if you're in darkness.
Yeah, which is my ailment.
Dim, light, or
which
darkness.
is really fucking great, given the fact that there are two shiny fucks on our team.
Well, only one really shiny fuck.
Well,
Octavian.
one if he engages his sword.
No, it's not Octavian anymore.
Oh yeah, that's right. Actually, the sword gives off more light than Octavian does.
Yep,
Yeah.
it gives off like double a torch. It gives off 40 feet of bright light and another 40 feet of dim light.
Turn that sword off.
And
That thing is freaking ridiculous.
And if I turn my lightsaber, it also does the same thing. It emits light up to 30 feet.
Yep, it's great.
But is that invisibility thing? Is that like once per day, once per short rest?
Nope.
Whenever she's
in dim light or darkness.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You remain invisible
we have a
until you
bunch of
make an
shiny
attack,
people.
cast a spell, or are in an area of bright light. So if she winds up in bright light, the invisibility just disappears.
Yeah, because there's no shadows.
Right.
Yeah.
Basically,
Now,
she gets to pull shadows around her and
Mm-hmm.
it hides her.
All right. So curious, would a recent dragon be able to see through that? Because our rogue, who was trying to hide the whole time, was able to be seen every single time when by the dragon.
Depends on their
You don't know.
passive perception and how good the roll is. 'cause-
Well,
No.
no.
I think it's based on the skills of the dragon.
Well, here's the thing. You don't know for sure. I can tell you from a game's perspective, but your characters actually have no idea.
Yeah, like because I know in our other campaign, I play essentially I play an assassin rogue just like Halt, and
just
I was
taller.
a lot taller. She's like 6'1",
gosh.
rail thin.
I have a question. How do you have a base speed of 30?
That's what dwarves have.
Ooh.
No, dwarves have a base speed of 25.
Do they?
Yes, I'm a mountain dwarf. 25. Same as gnomes and halflings.
I thought it was all. I thought it was just because they were
30.
medium. Yeah, I thought it was.
Nope.
I'm looking it up now.
Dwarves are considered a medium creature.
Yes,
Yeah.
but dwarves are also stocky and heavy, and have a base walking speed of 25.
Let's see.
Could it just
Speed.
be
Your base
initial
walking
class?
speed is 25.
Oh. Well, I know my current speed's 40.
Yeah, you know what? You get plus 15 right now. Is what
Is
it
it
is.
plus 15? Okay.
Monks. I did see that in there. That at the level she's at, it is plus 15.
That's
So I'll
weird
be
that
at
they-
45.
Yeah, you'll be at 45. Yes.
That's weird. They gave it in increments of 5. I guess they didn't want to do what Keith does in our 3.5 thing. You know, what's your movement? 85.
Yeah, 9,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. On our movement at second level, you get 10 feet of additional movement. At sixth level, you get 15 feet, which is where she's at now.
Okay.
So she's up to 40. And then at 10th, you get 20 feet.
So another 5 feet.
Right. And at 14th, you get 25 feet.
So you get 45, not 50.
Correct.
Right. She'll be at 45 at 10.
At 14th level, you'll be 50.
At 14th level, she'll be at 50.
Okay.
And then we can bump that up another 10.
At 14th, she also gets Diamond Soul, which gives her proficiency in all saving throws.
Yep.
Whoa.
And she can spend a key point and re-roll one.
Yep.
And has to take the second result, but she can actually spend a key point and re-roll any saving throw she makes.
And at 14th level with those key points, I would actually I have the key points to spare.
Yeah, you'd have 14 key points at that point.
Hey, don't forget at 13th level,
Tongue of Sun and Moon.
you can understand all spoken languages.
Yeah.
And any creature that can understand a language can understand what you say.
Yep.
Wait, what?
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
actually
can't read it. I can understand spoken language.
Yes.
Because I connect with them via key.
Yeah. At 13th level, she can
that's
understand every language spoken.
Is that a general monk thing, or
Yep.
is that a?
That's
Yeah,
a general
that's
monk
for
thing.
your-
That's a general monk
Really?
thing.
You connect with people via the soul.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
At 15th, she can't be aged magically.
And you don't
Can't
suffer.
be aged magically.
Yeah, and you don't suffer any of the frailties of old age.
Yeah, so
Man, can I
basically,
have that in real life, now?
Basically-
You also don't need food and water.
You guys know more about monks than I do. I didn't know any of this.
I'm just looking at the table right now.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it too. That's called Timeless Body.
Yeah, it's just whenever you hit 15th level, you basically stop physically looking like you're aging and you suffer no effects of aging after that, but your lifespan doesn't increase. You will still die once you hit whatever the
Yeah.
old age
400
of your
400
race
years
is.
or whatever.
Yeah.
But you will still look like whatever age you were when you hit 15th level.
Nice. So you actually become a mountain Tibetan monk that
Yes.
survives on breathing in the moist air.
Pretty much, yeah.
Nice. I want that in real life.
But you still
Uh,
eat bacon, right?
I'm
Because you no
liver
longer
well.
you no longer need food or water, but that doesn't mean you won't.
It
eat.
doesn't mean I don't like it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And
I can't get drunk anymore, but doesn't mean I don't
I can-
like it.
I can subsist on dew and universe juice or whatever it is from Kung Fu Panda, but I'd still rather have bacon dumplings.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get your maximum movement speed at 18th level when you'll be able to move at 55 feet.
Which we can bump up to 65.
Yep.
Long Strider.
So, yeah, and after Cloak of Shadows, you don't get anything in your Way of the Shadow until 17th.
Yeah. I think the 20th level one is kind of lame.
Oh, for the monk?
Yeah,
Trust me, I understand that.
because the whole the monk,
The
the
perfect
way
self?
of the open hand. Yeah, the way of the open hand gets that super awesome Kill Bill move.
Well, that's at 18th level, I thought.
Well, even still, whatever that last big
Seven-
monastic tradition one is.
17th level for the Quivering Palm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I feel the way of the shadow ones just kind of
Well, and
you get
at
to beat
20
the crap out of anybody punching or attacking somebody that you're within 5 feet of.
yeah, the
Yeah.
20th level monk
What's
ability
wrong
is
with
called
that?
Perfect Self, and it's when you roll for initiative and have no key points remaining, you regain 4 key points.
Mm-hmm.
So
You never run out of key points.
well, you can though. That's the thing. If you have 1 key point and you roll for initiative, you have 1 key point.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have 0.
You have to have 0 key
back.
points.
Yeah.
That's still better than the Ranger one.
I love Klimbrum. I hope she never dies. She gets real fucking close though, very often.
We'll
But
keep
yeah,
rolling.
her AC is only as good as it is now because I took the stat bonus and I dumped them into wisdom. And because of it, I was able to go up. Well, I was able to increase my AC by moving up my Constitution and my Dex both up 1, and I got a +2 to my AC because of that.
Well, it'd be
Whichever way.
wisdom and dex, because those are the 2 things that go into your AC.
Yeah, whichever, because I had odd numbers for both, and I remember splitting it and adding 1 in each one, and my AC went up 2. And then on the next one, I did a +2 to wisdom.
Which also goes towards your saves for like
Yeah.
stunning strike and stuff.
Yeah. So that's the only reason why it's as good as it is now. Is because I have foregone all feats in order to
You're not
be able
taking
to
any,
get them.
have you?
No, I've had to increase my stats.
Yeah.
Because when
Exact-
because when I made Klimbrum, I didn't know much about stats, and I was going more for a concept because that's what I understood. If I could
course.
remake her, I would have made it a smarter way. But
No, I think it's good. That that's the same with me. Like I purposely have actually gone after feats purposely rather than trying to like max my intelligence. Trust me, like I could have had 20 intelligence for my wizard by now, and that would have been ideal. I would have had like prepared more spells. I would have had a higher spell DC, but I purposely have gone after like the feats because I felt like that was more like my character like development that I wanted to create. I think that's good the way that you're approaching Klimbrum, and you're doing more of the concept because that's the way that I've been approaching it as well.
yeah, it's one of those that also there's like feats are great for like feats are awesome. I love feats, but there's not a whole lot of stat bonuses and feats that really help monks a whole lot. Like there's not a whole lot that go into wisdom, and like there are feats that I want, I do, but I need to get my AC up because my AC was just so low and I was just going down so often. And let's face it, trying to beat a DC of 12 ain't that fucking hard when you're getting up to enemies that we're at now. Like a 14, still not that hard to fight or to beat, but harder. So yeah, I had to put everything into my stats. I would love some feats. I would love Sentinel. Can you? Oh man, those bitches, those hags wouldn't have gone away if I had Sentinel. I would have punched the one in the face.
Well, they still could have plane shifted.
The other one was bound. Still on my Iron Bands of Bolero.
Level 12 is right around the corner.
Level 12 right around the corner. You just hit 9.
Yeah.
Be happy. You got like 3 years before you're going to hit 12.
Oh, God.
No.
I hope sooner than that. My gosh. It's been 2.5 years already, and we're at 9th level. I hope that by
you guys will hit it. You guys may hit some quicker than others, depending on how things go. But I'm looking forward to this Friday, though. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes.
One of the other things I was going to bring up, just so that for purposes of future games, when you create, so you were casting Leomund's tiny hut in the last game when the group went off to when you split the group. So in the last game, you were casting the hut to let and everyone went off. The other 3 went off to look for stuff.
Yep.
One of the things that you have to remember, and I was reading the spell, they have to be within the area of effect when you cast the spell or they can't come in.
Oh, really?
Yes. It actually says that
Huh.
everyone has to be within the area of anyone that within the area of effect that you designate can come and go, except for you. Anyone else cannot come in.
Oh, good to know.
Creatures
I mean, I
and
think that's the
objects
only
within-
occurrence that has happened.
Yeah.
Creatures and objects within the dome, when you cast a spell, can move through it freely. All creatures and objects are barred from passing through it. So you're right. Okay.
Yep.
I mean, I
So,
think this is the
had
first
you
time
cast
that this
that-
ever happened.
I would say, had you cast that while they were gone and actually
They
finished
took it.
casting it and they come back, they wouldn't have been able to come in the dome. They'd have been on the outside going, knock, 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 knock.
That I would have rolled my eyes and had to recast it at that point.
Sorry, guys, split the party. You don't get to sleep in the dome.
Wouldn't have
But
bothered
no,
me.
that's a good point because we never came across that.
Right.
Usually this is like more of a like we're on the road and like throwing it up, or we're all agreeing to long rest and we're grouped together, and
Yep.
by the time it's thrown up, it's thrown up. We've never actually had the party split up while I was throwing it up. At the
Right,
time.
but that
Yeah.
would be something
So,
that Yukariah would
interesting.
know.
Yeah.
Is that you have
And
to be all tight together inside the area of effect
Yeah.
when it goes up.
Yeah. But it's a ritual. We
Yep.
spend 11 minutes to recast it.
So, all right, well, we should wrap things up. It's getting late. So, join us this Friday at 7:30 p.m. right here on Twitch for Tavern Knights. It's going to be a great time. And yeah, I can't wait to see what's going to happen.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. There's a lot coming up, and I'm looking forward to you guys discovering some of the stuff that I've got coming up.
I hope we discover those things that you have planned.
Yeah.
Because depending on the direction that we go, sometimes I think that we don't always go the direction that you're intending for us.
Nope, not always, and that could be challenging. But that's part of being a DM is being able to roll with.
Oh my gosh, that was the fart time one,
What?
right? When we decided to like go chasing after it.
Yeah. Well,
After it got away, and we were going deeper and deeper into that cavern.
Well, and when you guys kept wandering through the cavern too, in the last one, when you spent the day wandering through the Tower of War, that I wasn't expecting. I expected you guys to turn around and go back. So it was one of those. But also, I remember one time, this was back in high school, and we wound up. I wasn't running the game. Another guy was running it. It was our D&D club at school. And we
They
wound
let
up
that in Catholic school?
for a short time. And then the pastor actually put the kibosh on it and said, nope,
No.
because one of his nephews or something had a bad time with D&D. And I'm like,
And
then
Satan and
well, and I we actually had a meeting with him, and I really had to bite my tongue not to go, you need to get him some help if that's
Yeah.
the case. But because that was the whole time where kids were committing suicide because their characters got killed, and yet they used a gun, even though they had a dagger, in their room, type of thing. But anyway, I digress. That was the 80s hysteria. But we were wandering through the wilderness, and we just kept going in this one direction. And eventually, the DM's like, there's a giant black wall. And we're like, what? Okay, so we follow the wall. And we kept following the wall. And he's like, it just keeps going on. We were in a forest, and all of a sudden there's this wall. What it is we hit the edge of the map.
Yeah. Yeah. You cannot cross this line.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Advised to turn around.
Yeah, we were going the
world
wrong
ends
way.
here.
And so basically his solution was you hit a black wall.
Nice. I mean, good on them for figuring that out.
But yeah, so I won't do anything like that. I will actually just open world it. And you guys could wander for years without actually going to where you needed to go. I might try and steer you back on track with a few things, but it's not going to be that blatant.
You did that with us with the hags. I mean, we searched everywhere until we decided to go west to look for the hags. I mean, we looked in the sewers, we looked north, we looked the forest to the north, and we were going in a lot of different directions. It took a couple sessions before we finally decided, let's go over the river and go west.
Narrowed it down by using whatever Octavian's spell was for like commune or whatever. Like we were able to narrow it down. Like we know they're not in the city. We know they're not in the forest to the north.
That was like, after we spent like 2 sessions going through.
Yeah, in the sewers, because I mean the sewers made the logical sense.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like we eventually got there on our own. Now the instance where I think that Chris intervened the most, because frankly it had been a couple sessions, so we just all kind of forgot about it, was actually the library and the ring on the statue. Because we were just about to haul ass back.
Mm.
And we ended up going, and we were essentially hauling ass. And then Chris purposely put us in that room with the statue again. And you're like, because I remember him looking right at me, you have the ring. I went, but we did it already. No, not on the statue.
No, we never did. We found a ring, and then we never.
And you mentioned it when you found the ring.
Yeah,
you're like, "Hey, I bet this would be useful on that statue."
Yeah, but it had been like 2 sessions since and 3 battles. Yep. One with a goddamn dragon. So we just kind of all forgot, because for our timeline, it's been a long time. So that's the only reason why we really found it, was because Chris paused us in that room.
Well, and that's the thing. You came up in that room anyway. I mean, that's part of the elevator coming up. You come into that room where the statue is.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, we're going to see where things go. Join us Friday night, 7:30 p.m. right here on Twitch. We'll get back to doing all that. Everybody's going to be there, right? You guys are all coming.
Absolutely.
Nah.
Oh gosh, absolutely.
I got some going on.
All right. I am looking forward to it. I think that's going to do it for tonight. Thanks a lot for coming out, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me, talking some D&D and Tavern Knights.
Thank you.
I'm still having a blast doing this show. We're doing really well on both Twitch and Twitter, I think. I mean, it's not like, nowhere near Critical Role numbers or anything like that, but we're getting, between the two, we're getting, 100 plus views. So, I mean, to me, that's a good thing. I mean, between Twitch, we're getting usually 50 to 60 views, and most of our YouTube stuff is up in the upper 90s, low 100s. So, I mean, we're not like hitting it and making money, but we're having a good time. And really, I'm in this to just have a good time and put things out there. This will give, I'm going to be out there forever now. So, my granddaughters, my great grandkids, things like that, and go, hey, that's my relative that is being an idiot on the web. So
he always said he did his dumb stuff before there were cell phone cameras, but then he made this podcast
and did it on purpose on there. Yeah. Russ and I, speaking of that, Russ and I will be back here tomorrow night at 8:00 to do our Nerds with Alcohol show. So join us then. But yeah, I think until then, I'll see you guys on Friday.
Oh,
Yep.
Friday.
All right.
See you Friday.
Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.